What is good, YouTube, man? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Thursday, I believe, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We just wanted to come on here quick live. You already know how we do these. Listen, man, weird day. Weird. Did you guys even know that the Pro Bowl whatever was happening today? I didn't even know that it was going on. Like, I don't know. Weird day to say the least. I did not know that it was going on today. So I definitely didn't expect this to go out today because I just didn't know that this was happening. So you already know how we kick these off, man. Let me get everybody who's already in the chat really quick pulled up. I'm still having problems like I had in the morning, so I'll try and kind of catch them on the fly. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Weird stuff going on with my computer as of late. So hopefully I can fix this. But yeah, give me a quick second. Quick moment. Shout out to everybody in here, man. You already know how we do it. Drop a like if you have not already. Please, that means a lot. Everything sounds good, right? Everything sounds good. Everything good. Everybody chilling. Shout out to everybody who's in the building, man. Saw the clip, and all I can say is glad we are moving on. Pretty simple, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of feel the same way, but it is what it is. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Aaron, Sean, Lee, the homie was good. Blazing Tub was good. Mr. Raider Nation Cali was popping. Van City was good. Harry was popping. Nation's Corner was good. Josh, Mario, Lee again. Shady was good. 9 timelines just for today, man. I kind of felt like pulling through today. Just because why not? That's really just how I was feeling at the moment. But yeah, I gotta find a way to get this shit sorted out, man. For whatever, StreamYard is really just acting up really bad for me lately. So I'm gonna see what I could try and do. Was good. Andy Pro Bowl games were interesting. I didn't even know that they were going on today. Head, Raider Nation Cali, OG Fade, Brandon, King, from the trenches was popping. Pablo, Teeny Martin was good with everybody, man. Let me see if I can fix this really quick. Go like that. What's cracking? What's good with Vincent, man? What's good with Vincent, man? Let's see. Okay. Is there an echo for you guys? Is there an echo? Echo or no echo? No echo? You're good. All right. Thank you. Oh, man, that makes me feel a lot better, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. No echo, bet. I can actually run this how I want to run it now. Man, fuck this thing, dude. Fuck that. Whatever. Damn, I need a cut, boy. Damn. I'm gonna do that then. Comments. I'm good. I sound good. Great. All right. Perfect. So yes, like I said, man, I wanted to come on here. I really felt like it was a little corny. That's what I'll say. Corny is the word, man. I felt like today, DC going out there, having a good Pro Bowl. I thought since he said, oh, man, I wish I could go out with a proper farewell to the Raider Nation, all this kind of stuff. All talk, bro. All talk. That's all it is. All it is. All it is, bro. All it is. That's all talk, bro. I appreciate what that man has done for this organization. Shout out to DC. I want to go out and I want to represent the nation one more time. Dog. Ryan Clark goes out there and says, I don't know if you've ever been that hot in Vegas. He goes, no, I haven't. That's probably why I'm playing for a new team next year. Come on, bro. Come on, you know why. You know why you're playing for a new team next year, bro. It's nothing crazy. And honestly, the simple fact of the matter is you haven't played that well. That's all it is. You haven't played that well. You haven't played that well, and that's why they're moving on. Now, I'm glad that he did well in the Pro Bowl. Maybe a dumbass GM will be like, yes, he's the guy. Let's go out and get him. Hopefully, it's the Panthers. But yeah, hopefully that's the case. And if it is, great. If it is, great. If it is, congrats. DC and his feeling throwing at dummies. Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's really funny? Since he wants to be in his feelings, it's hilarious, right? How when you hit those targets, you're supposed to break them. The ball is supposed to go through them. That motherfucker with his soft ass lobs, his little weak ass passes that he likes to throw nowadays, that shit didn't break. The ball was over there bouncing off that shit, bro. Man, come on, bro. I'm not even gonna do it right now, dude. DC, come on, man. I keep it classy, bro. Your brothers and all them, your family already did all the BS for you. Come on, man. DC looked like he has corny jokes. I don't know why he felt the need to say that. I don't know why he felt the need to say that. But they don't break this year? Never mind. I'm sorry. I just okay. I didn't think that they I found it funny. I just found it funny. I was like, aren't those shit supposed to break? But it is what it is. Regardless. He does well with no pressure in his face. Hey man. Need Carr gone now? Look, we always knew that man was, he took things personal. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Raiders are moving on from him, and it is what it is, right? And there, for whatever reason, I take everything that this source says with a grain of salt, right? So on Twitter, JPA Football, I believe, I take his word with a grain of salt. Said that DC is expected to force his way out of the Raiders instead of a trade, but no way, dude. DC knows he wants to keep that money. He wants to keep that money for sure. There's no reason why he wouldn't want to keep that bread. Can y'all hold on? Yeah, there's no reason why he wouldn't want to keep that bread. Let me see something really quick. I wanna see if I could drop a poll in the chat for you guys though. Let's see. How would I put it? Ooh, I want to put this in the chat. I want to see how you guys would feel. Let me see. Let me see how you guys would feel about this. Let me see. This is hilarious. Vote in the chat, man. Vote in the chat what you guys think. DC or not DC. Trade for Aaron Rodgers or rock out with Stidham next year, bro. Let me know what you guys think in that comment section. Vote on that poll. Man, because he's a baby back bitch. Oh man. All family blocked me on both my pages. So what? Scrubs. It's funny. Pettiness is in their bloodline. Huntley out there throwing dots. We need him. I feel like Carr's trying to laugh it off, but it's not really working. Well, man, I don't know if he's trying to like hide it or anything, but at the end of the day, this is somebody who played for the organization for many years, like many, many years. And for the most part, we knew that he wasn't a part of the issue with the Raiders, right? And I would honestly say that I don't think that DC has been the issue with the Raiders or why the Raiders haven't succeeded. I think the Raiders have failed to build around him on multiple occasions. But I just don't feel like that's the case with this occasion. So that's why I am willing and I am understanding on why the Raiders are moving forward, right? At the end of the day, he could be petty, we could be petty. We both know that both of us can be petty. Fans, him, his family, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, the reason why I asked Stidham or Aaron Rodgers, and I brought up the point about a defense and building. my thing is that with Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna trade a lot, and I spoke about this earlier on my live in the morning, right? You're gonna trade a lot to get him, and that's fair, right? It's fair. You know what you're getting with Aaron Rodgers. You're getting a Hall of Fame quarterback. You're getting somebody who has a hell of a fucking resume with Devontae Adams. You're getting somebody that should be able to lead your team, right? And you're getting somebody that will definitely get you into the playoffs. But just look at these Super Bowl winning rosters, man. And I really want us, or not even the Super Bowl winning rosters. Just look at the Super Bowl rosters, the two teams that have been in the Super Bowl these last few years, right? Um, we could start off with this one. The Chiefs and the Eagles. The Eagles have a phenomenal roster. The Chiefs, their roster really isn't even that crazy, but they have a really good quarterback and they have probably the best coaching in football, right? We don't have that. We don't have that. So I think the Chiefs are kind of the unicorn, right? They're the rare ones. But you look at the Bengals, and you look at the Rams from last year. Those rosters were amazing, both of them, top to bottom, amazing rosters. Um, you look at the year before that, I believe was the Chiefs and the Niners. Both had amazing rosters then. My thing is that I don't think that we are a QB away to the point where we are ready and realistically ready to make a push for Aaron Rodgers. I think that the Raiders, we have a lot of holes on this team. And I think that trading away valuable pieces and assets for your future may not be the smartest for your franchise right now. I know we'll get a lot of fond memories of Aaron Rodgers if he is a Raider. I get that. I get that a lot. But me, honestly, from I would let me see what the update is in the poll. A lot of you guys see it's almost a 50-50 split. About 60 of you guys have voted. About 60 of you guys have voted, and you guys have said that, yeah, 51 says Aaron Rodgers, the other 49 says Stidham. Now I'm gonna leave that poll up there for you guys to vote some more if you would like to, but I honestly feel like the best scenario for the Raiders is to go out and build a monstrous roster, a crazy roster. That's really what I think we should do. And honestly, I think at the end of the day, right, I think the best two examples of what the Raiders should do is the Jacksonville Jaguars and it pains me to say it, but the 49ers. Those two teams built so much. The Jacksonville Jaguars spent so much. The Niners have invested so much on that defense and building a serviceable roster, right? You look at the Niners, their quarterbacks, they're just executing. It's not like they're asking their quarterbacks to be Tom Brady, to be Aaron Rodgers. No, we're asking these guys to execute at a good enough level for the offense to move the ball. And when you have the weapons that the Raiders have, you can put yourself in that kind of position if you build that defense. Now, we're not there yet. We have not built that defense. But if you don't trade away two first-round picks and a second-round pick, you can move forward to that. If you don't bring on a large contract, you can move forward to that. Now, the thing is with Aaron Rodgers' contract is that, honestly, it's really not that significant, right? If we were to make a trade for Aaron Rodgers before the workouts start for Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is only having a $15 million cap hit this year, which is phenomenal. That is great value for Aaron Rodgers. And next year, he's only going to have a $32 million cap hit. And after that, you can get out of the contract with no cost. There's an out in the deal. So I do understand why many people are saying, go out, get Aaron Rodgers now. I get it, right? We want to see Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams play with a superstar quarterback as they deserve it, right? But at the same time, I think that those guys, as much as they deserve a superstar quarterback, they also deserve to not have to go out and put up points every single drive. They should be able to rely on their defensive guys. And as of right now, They're not able to. And we need to build a team and a roster that allows them to. And with possibly getting a top 50 pick or a top 40 pick for Derek Carr, even a top 70 pick for Derek Carr. I would love to just keep that for ourselves. Use that on the defensive side of the ball. Or if the Raiders really fall in love with a quarterback prospect, go ahead, try and trade up. But I think that we should, if we're looking to trade, we should be looking to trade for the future, not for right now, because we are stuck up and we want to see our guys have this all-star offense. Guess what? As much as it hurts me to say it, we felt like we had that all-star offense this year, and it just didn't work. It just didn't work at all. So I think that we need to have a defense, and we need to rely on that. Shout out to my guy Ruben. He says top 50 pick for DC. Painter, Hargrave, and free agency. Quarterback at 7. The next 2 top 50 picks go towards the defense. Cornerback, linebacker, safety. Later rounds, 5 speed and guard for the offense. That's not a bad plan. That is not a bad plan, right? Man, this is my thing, right? Shout out to, I believe somebody put in the chat. They said Stidham for QB1. Look, I think that at 7, the Raiders do need to heavily consider a quarterback. We do heavily need to consider a quarterback. Regardless of it being Will Levis, regardless of it being C.J. Stroud, obviously Bryce Young won't be there. Regardless of it being Anthony Richardson. But here's my thing. I think that Stidham, regardless of what happens in this offseason, needs to be back with the Raiders. And the reason why I say that is because he knows this offense. He's understood this offense, and he's been in this offense for his entire career. What that means to me is that whether he's the QB or whether somebody beats him out, if there's injury, if there's turmoil, if there's whatever, he can come in and he can execute and the offense can move down the field. So I want this on this roster. Now, I would like Stidham to be on this team and be put in a quarterback battle. I think that is the best situation. I think that is the best situation because you're not trading away massive draft capital. And at the end of the day, we're able to build massively on the defensive side of the ball. So my thing is that whether it's trading for Aaron Rodgers, whether it's drafting C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson, I think Stidham needs to be back on this roster regardless. I'm not mad at him being a bridge quarterback. The draft class next year for quarterbacks is really, really good. And I'm going to be honest, if Stidham had a defense, and this also goes for Derek Carr, right? If Derek Carr had a defense, right? I'm just talking about with Stidham now because Stidham is probably that guy for our team this next year at least, right? And this also applies for DC, but DC's not on this team, right? I understand a lot of people are like, oh, well, if you give DC a defense, I don't give a fuck. You couldn't afford it because DC is making $40 million. You can afford it now. With Stidham, if you give Stidham a defense, they can get him the ball back to Devontae, to Jacobs, to Waller, to Renfro. I'm fine with Stidham playing for a season. But I do think that regardless, Stidham needs to be on this roster. We've seen and we found out how complex this offense was. Devontae Adams said that this offense was probably the most complex offense he's ever been in. We know that it's hard for guys to learn this, all this kind of stuff. So I think he just needs to be back. And I think that with Stidham, the luxury that you do get with him is the amount of money that you're going to be able to spend on other holes of your roster. The problem that we didn't have with DC, or the problem that we had with DC, is that we did not have that luxury to build on the other holes on the roster unless it was through the draft and getting players really cheap on cheap deals. Well, guess what? Our fucking drafting sucked, so it didn't work for DC. But guess what? That's not us anymore. We won't have them anymore. So you have Stidham, and I think that's what we should do. I think that's what we should do. I don't think that it's the best choice to go out and trade 3 fucking first-round picks or 2 first-round picks in a second for Aaron Rodgers. To me, it makes sense, but it doesn't. And to me, it makes less sense than it does make more sense, if that makes sense at all. Shout out to my brother Ray, man. He says, Stidham QB1, I'd be fine with. Spend this offseason on defense. Once that's complete, go all out for your quarterback. Exactly. It's that simple, but it's not that simple, right? Because, we do got to spend. And at the end of the day, we essentially have to build a Rams roster before Matthew Stafford in order to go all out for a quarterback. And we are nowhere near that roster, which is why I don't think that the Raiders should go out and get an Aaron Rodgers. If that makes sense to you guys, right? There's not one person in here that can honestly, confidently say the Raiders were a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl last year. We were not. We were not a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl last year. That's honestly the truth, in my opinion. That's what I really think it is. I don't think that we were a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl. The Rams were a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. The Niners are a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. It's that simple. But for us, we're not. We need a safety. We need 2 safeties. We need 3 corners. We need 5 fucking linebackers. We need like 10 nose tackles. We have holes. Can you say that about the Rams? No. They had fucking Ramsey, Darius Williams. They had everything there was to have on defense. They had it. They had Josh Johnson. They had everything. They had absolutely everything. And everything before they said, you know what, I'm going to get Matthew Stafford. And it paid off, right? That's really what it is. If the Niners had a quarterback, they're winning the Super Bowl. We need so much. We need so much before we can say that it's the right time to trade for Aaron Rodgers. Would I be one of the happiest guys on earth if the Raiders went out and got Aaron Rodgers tomorrow? Yes, I would be ecstatic. But at the end of the day, I think it's just simply smarter to go out and build around Jarrett fucking Stidham. Honestly, I honestly think that. And guess what? If we absolutely shit the bed with Jarrett Stidham and we find a way to go worse than 6-11, well, guess what? At the end of the day, we're going to be in the prime pick to get a young quarterback in next year's draft. But let me tell you guys this. If, and this is a big if, right? This is a big if, right? In overtime, if we execute a little bit better up front on that play that Stidham was fucking had an offensive lineman in his lap. If our offensive line executes a little bit better up front, do we or do we not win that game? I think we win that game. And the final score would have been 40-something to 36, right? Because Devontae had his guy beat. Now, to say that at that point you beat you would have beat the number 1 ranked defense in the league, and your offense would have actually finally looked like the top offense, right? I'm going to be honest. When did we and please, even if you love Derek Carr, if you love Derek Carr, you cannot tell me that there was not a difference. There was not a difference between the offense with Stidham and the offense with Derek Carr. We cannot argue that. You cannot say that the offense against the number 1 ranked defense in the league did not look great compared to 0 points against the Saints, compared to 3 picks against the Steelers, compared to a 24-point lead blown against the fucking fuck faces, the Cardinals, right? It was different, right? So at the end of the day, no film on City, absolutely, I agree. But at the same time, there is a difference between facing the Niners that you play every now and again and facing a conference and a divisional opponent. There is a difference with that. There is a massive difference with that. And you also can't say that with Stidham not having more time. Bro, Stidham literally said that he rarely ever threw the ball to Devontae in practice. You know who Stidham was building rapport with? The practice squad receivers. All the reps were going to DC. Stidham said this. So in his first game, In his first game against the number 1 ranked defense, that's what he did. I'm not saying that Stidham is fucking great. Stidham did not play great. But what I am saying is that he is good enough to run the offense for a season, right? And I think that if you put even more around Stidham in terms of having him a defense, right? I think that your team looks a lot better. I think it looks a lot better at the end of the day. No, not at all. Not at all. Shade Raider, not at all. Not one bit. Not at all. Hell no. Absolutely not. But that's what I said. I said that already. This roster is not a QB away. Stidham is not your answer. Stidham is a Band-Aid to your problem, but he's a Band-Aid that's going to last 17 games. He's a Band-Aid that's going to be reliable, right? I don't think that the Raiders are going to get anywhere close to a Super Bowl with Stidham. I don't think that the Raiders – I think that the Raiders may have a 15 to 20% chance on even making the playoffs with Stidham. My point is that we didn't make the playoffs with DC. We didn't make the playoffs with DC. By week fucking 16, when DC was benched, we were already out of the race. DC, people act like DC got benched, and we were going out and we were in the spot to go to go out and make the playoffs. No, he fucking lost us that opportunity. I don't think that the Raiders are gonna fucking win anything with Stidham. My point is that with Stidham you can build a very, very good roster, but yeah, with an Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna give up a lot. You're gonna give up a ton. You're not gonna be able to build a phenomenal roster like you would with Stidham being your quarterback making pennies, right? So at the end of the day, I think that we need to kind of calm down, and instead of trying to trade away your future for Aaron Rodgers, we should just chill out and bring back Stidham, draft a young QB to learn the system. Even though the fucking QB will probably be like the 4th round, right? But yeah, I think that that's the best option at this point. So yeah, it is what it is. Trade Waller. Oh man, trade Waller. What quarterback is gonna want to come in and have his pieces traded away immediately? Not one quarterback. But really quick, man. Shout out, hi, Stu. What's popping, brother?
What's up, Andy?
None much. So look, I already spoke a little bit about what DC had said at the Pro Bowl, right?
Okay.
I spoke a little bit about that, right? I felt like his family and all that kind of shit, they already did enough with the whole clowning on social media. So I just felt like it wasn't necessary. But at the same time, I kind of found it a little ironic, right? How he openly says, no, I didn't. That's probably why I'm playing for a new team next year. Well, yeah, that is why you're playing for a new team next year. You called yourself out. And I'm sorry for the people in the chat. I'm kind of backtracking on this, right? But that's literally.
And I apologize for coming in late.
No worries.
And, yeah.
But to me, it's funny. Like, that is the exact reason why you're leaving. There's nothing else to it. It's not that the Raiders have a fucking vendetta against you. It's not that the Raiders said we're gonna bring you in. We didn't say we're gonna extend you just to get Devontae. It wasn't some scheme. The Raiders, if you look at it, the Raiders heavily invested.
You don't think the Raiders would have loved for him to be the NFL MVP?
Absolutely. Here's my thing. How many new regimes come in, extend a quarterback, extend a tight end, extend a receiver, trade for a receiver? They never do that. They fucking tear the house down.
No, they get rid of everybody.
Yeah,
bro.
They get rid of everything. We saw it firsthand. We lost Coop. We lost Mac. We lost everybody with a new regime. Instead, these guys brought everybody in for this motherfucker, and our offense had games with 12 points, 13 points, 19 points, 0 points. It's not enough. So, yes, when you go to the Pro Bowl and you fucking do great, standing with nobody around you, hitting a few fucking targets, and you have the fucking nerve to say, guess what? Yeah, that is why I'm playing for a new team next season. Yeah, you're right. You suck this year, dude. You got benched when there was nothing else to play for, and you took your ass home and you cried like a bitch.
That's the big thing, though.
That is why you're playing for a new team next year. That's why, because you led the league in interceptions. You had barely like 24 touchdowns. That's why you're playing for a new team. When
Andy, think about this. Wait, hold on, Andy. Think about this. For 10 years, there was support, right? How many?
Kind of.
Well, you were there. Even though these other coaches came in, you're still the guy. And they still, they showed their support by paying and doing all this. And the first chance that you get to where things didn't work out the way you wanted, what happened? What did he do? Dipped out, went back, instead of, you know what? And I'm thinking this, if you're a high character guy and you care about the team, you can say fuck the coaches, fuck management, right? But not fuck your teammates. Like, I'm still going to be there to help out Stidham. I'm still going to be there to help out Jacobs and help out Devontae Adams and be there to, try to help my team win. Because again, if Stidham were to get hurt the first play, I'm thinking I'm right back in this motherfucker and I'm going to come in here and regardless. But to just leave, even though you're still under a contract?
Yeah. Well, there supposedly from Derek Carr and from his family, there's so many underlying things. There's so many underlying things that they would like to talk about someday. When that someday comes, whatever, I'll go back on my word then. As of right now, he looks bad for what he did. But maybe when the air gets cleared up, maybe I'll admit I was wrong or whatever, right? Because I didn't know the full story.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what we
know here's the deal, though. Here's what I learned, though, Andy. That's why I was always upfront with anything going on with me. I was like, here's what happened. Because guess what? When you don't tell your story, guess what people get to do? They get to fucking think of what's going on.
Yeah. They get to start talking. They get to thinking. They get to talking. It's what happens, bro. It's what happens. And here's my thing. Right?
And if you don't have something to hide, why wouldn't you come out and tell the truth?
Right.
Or actually, if there is no story, don't say there's a story.
Another thing is that maybe there is something to hide. And maybe it makes him look bad. And maybe it doesn't want
really?
And maybe he doesn't want this to affect the possibility of getting a new team.
Oh.
Right? That could be a possibility as well. So I just find the whole smirky attitude weird, bro. Like, come on.
It's childish, and that's what he is, though. He's childish. He has his brother speak for him.
Yeah.
He that's passive aggressive. That's so that his brothers can say what he wants to say, but then if it doesn't agree with people, he can say, well, I didn't say it. You don't think that his brothers are sitting there going, hey, Derek, just so you know, this is what we're going to talk about. Can we say, yeah, go ahead and say, like, they're not just going to say some shit off the cusp, right?
Yeah. My thing is that, look, I think that, and I'm pretty sure you were there as well. When I would talk about Derek Carr before this season, I was completely defending Derek Carr all the time. Even though Stu would be like, looking at his stats, what the fuck is special with this guy? Nothing, right? And I'm the one there like, no, you gotta understand, the dude's never had anything around him. Well, guess what, right? This year it simply was not that excuse.
Yeah, But again, I even said this, though. You know this. I said, to be honest with you, besides the first game, I've been happy with the way he's playing, but then he makes those fucking against like the Rams, that pass in the red zone, like
some very questionable decision making.
Like, what the fuck? What the heck?
Yeah, no, my thing is that up until this season, I never saw the true intention to give Derek Carr proper weapons, right? You hit on Amari Cooper in the draft. That's the draft. You should get a top prospect in the first round. Amari Cooper, he did his job. Khalil Mack, he did his job, right?
Yeah.
But outside of that, the Raiders, DC at one point in time would elevate his roster. He didn't do that.
I agree. I know. I agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
DC did not these last 3 years elevate his roster. At times, we felt like DC made the roster decline. This season, when I see, and I'm not going to talk about the defense because the defense had barely anything invested onto that side of the ball.
Besides our DNs, really. Besides our DNs.
Yeah, besides our defense, and we invested pennies. pennies, and that's what we got. That's what we got.
You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for.
But as a fan that heavily defended Derek Carr, I felt like that end of the bargain was just nowhere to be found. I felt like, again, you get a contract. If you do good in your contract, if you do what you're supposed to do, you're getting $140 million.
Jesus.
Like this is his second $140 million or his second $100+ million contract. You cannot say that the Raiders used
and he's mad at us. He's mad at the Raiders.
You cannot say that the Raiders used him. You cannot say that. You cannot say that trading for Devontae Adams, getting Darren Waller a new contract, getting Hunter Renfrow a new contract was the Raiders just not giving him anything. No, that's not the case. We sacrificed a first and second round pick. Do you know how hard it is? Do you know how hard it is for a new regime to come in and say, in my first year,
I can't draft a first and second round pick?
Like, dog. And
yeah, I understand. I know what we got, but that's yeah, no, you're absolutely right on that, man. That's
so I just feel like the smirky attitude, it just
I hope it just shows people his true character, dude. I just hope it shows people his true character.
To me, it just opened an older wound, right? It's like, as fans, like I felt like we were finally getting over it a little bit. A lot of the fan base is kind of torn, and a lot of us were kind of like, all right, we get it. It's time to move on. And then it's like, we're finally getting over it. He represents the silver and black one more time after saying he wishes he wanted all this hoorah shit for him and all this kind of stuff. And he was so happy to represent the Raiders. But the first chance he gets a fucking microphone on him, he's there like, well, that's why I'm playing for a new team next year. All right. That's how you want to act.
Honestly, cool. And again, I would think if that were me, I'd say, you know what? I want to thank the Raiders for the years that I had. I appreciate everything. Things didn't work out. I wish them the best. And that's it. And move on from it, right? Like, if you want to throw a little salt, say, hey, when we play the Raiders, I'm going to hope we win that game. But
we'll see. This is one good contract. This one was a sham.
Yeah.
How can you honestly say that $100 million was a sham? You mean to tell me somebody says, here's 100, just do what you need to do.
Just do your job. No, do your job. That's it. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything out of the order. Like,
right.
I don't think I don't think they're asking him to do anything that he couldn't do.
Right. And then, but this is why I kind of want to like switch on to new topics, right?
Yeah. All right. Yep.
We get it, right? DC, he has the little smirky attitude. He wanted to get the last laugh. He got it. You get it. You got the last laugh. Cool. But the new talk of the town is Aaron Rodgers, right?
Okay.
You lose out on your opportunity.
So wait, hold on. So Tom Brady retired.
He's done. He retired yesterday at 4 in the fucking morning. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just well, it was 7 on the East Coast, 7 in the morning on the East Coast, but it was 4 in the morning here. And I'm like, okay, I was getting ready to leave the house, go to work, and I'm like, what the fuck? Tom Brady's retiring, and I was just like, whoa. All right, whatever. That's that. We all
for
knew
now,
that,
I guess.
that,
I mean, for now, I guess until
yeah.
Okay, all right.
We kind of all knew that. In the back of our minds, there was that possibility, and it happened, right?
Yep.
So you look at it now, and you're like, well, shit. I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo. He fucking sucks. And then they're like, well, damn. We're kind of right outside the prime position to get a quarterback in the draft. And then, boom, an hour later, Aaron Rodgers buys a home in Vegas. And then,
are you serious?
Yeah, and then he gets asked, people are asking, going crazy.
Well, I saw someone, Devontae Adams was saying that he's...
Yeah, and then questions get asked on Twitter. Devontae Adams starts liking posts about Aaron Rodgers and tweets about Aaron Rodgers on Twitter, which is no surprise.
You don't think those fuckers talk to each other?
Yeah, which is no surprise. But then the question gets brought up: where is Aaron Rodgers moving into Vegas, or what neighborhood? And then Devontae Adams goes, my neighborhood. And
so he was actually responding to this stuff.
Yeah, he responded to tweets, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, what's Aaron Rodgers' contract with Green Bay though? What's that?
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. He has I think 4 more years left. He has 4 more years left. It's a massive contract on paper. Now if you are to trade for A-Rod before the workouts begin in Green Bay, his cap hit this year, if you activate some sort of whatever the fuck within their salary.
There's always fucking...
Yeah. If you activate some clause in his salary, his cap hit goes all the way down to $15 million this season, that's a hell of a deal, right? Hell of a deal to only have $15 million. Only have $15 million.
Who gives a fuck about that $15 million? Who gives a fuck?
Right. It's a hell of a deal. The next year, it's only $30 million. Hell of a deal. And then you have an out. So you can get rid of Aaron Rodgers at that point after the second season, which makes a lot of sense if you look at Devontae Adams' contract. There's also an out at that same exact time of Aaron Rodgers' contract has an out if he were to be traded to the Raiders. My only problem with that is that my opinion, Stu, the Raiders are so far away from a quarter to even be put in a conversation to the point where we're a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl. We are so far from that. We are so far from that to the point where I don't think, let me ask you this, and I said this a lot on my live in the morning. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers coming to Vegas is a better situation than what he has in Green Bay? In Green Bay, he's had a defense. He has good coaching. He has a good special teams. The weapons up until last year were good enough. He comes to Vegas, new staff, bottom defense, but the weapons are there. I don't think that he makes the Raiders a Super Bowl contending team. On top of that, you lose a first, a second, and probably a first next year in a trade form. The trade nowadays are crazy. I think that for the Raiders to move forward, it makes the best sense to go out, bring Stidham back, and just fucking splurge on defense. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing special about Jimmy Garoppolo, but he went to a Super Bowl. There's nothing special about Brock Purdy. He went to an NFC championship game. Realistically, Matthew Stafford, besides his arm strength, there's really nothing special about him. He won a fucking Super Bowl. And my thing is that if you look at all those examples I just gave, the defense was miles above any other team in the league. The Rams had everything there was to have. And I think you look at the Niners, they literally have everything there was to have on defense. And a defense can take a subpar fucking quarterback very, very far. And this is different because Stidham has been in this system for 5 seasons now. He understands the game.
Go back to New England. Yeah, you go back to New England. Yeah.
So my thing is that if you give Max Crosby 2 linebackers that he could depend on in the run game. You give a DB, you get him fucking 2 DBs. You get all this kind of shit because it's all there for the taking, whether it's in the draft or free agency. We also have fucking guys on offense too.
How many years has Rodgers been in the league now?
I don't fucking know. But here's my thing. This is what I said. If Aaron Rodgers, if you look at the Raiders, right, these last fucking 5 seasons, you can honestly say that Aaron Rodgers has been to the playoffs basically 5 out of 5.
He's goddamn it. He's been.
But this is my thing. Rodgers couldn't win in Green Bay, where the culture is all football. Las Vegas, we're still looking for a culture, right? Here or there, he won one. He won one, but he couldn't win in recent years, and I don't think that that's going to change coming to Vegas.
But here's the deal, though. I mean, he is 39, okay, but he didn't play his first 4 seasons, right?
Right.
Let me see. Where's his fucking green? I'm trying to find his green. His. Oh, here we go. All right. So Green Bay. Yeah, he didn't. Let's see. Games started. So he played. So for 3 years he didn't play. Okay, and then so he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he's played 15 seasons on top of his first 3. So 18, but only played 15. Not only, but played 15.
Right.
I guess I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that I totally get what you're saying about loading up on defense, right? Defense wins championships. I get it, right? But I'm going to say that if there's an fuck.
And to me, Stu, it's not even more about the starting guys. It's really the depth too, bro. Like, in this league nowadays, it's not just 16 games anymore. It's 17 games, and now the 7th seed gets into the playoffs too, right? Yeah. So you don't just need to have good 1s and 2s. You need to also have good 3s and 4s, right? And if you trade away a 2 first, a 2nd, you're losing out on a lot of that. Like, you're losing out on a ton of that. Why didn't the Buccaneers go back-to-back Super Bowl wins? They brought everybody back. They brought all the starters back. They lost all their depth. They got a few injuries, and guess what? They were fucked. They did not go they didn't go far in the playoffs that next year. But they brought all their starters back. We just don't we won't have that luxury. I think that at the end of the day, the best case scenario is that you have Stidham, you maybe draft a young QB, you let Stidham just fucking ride out this season, man. You let him ride out this season, and I'm not saying
a 1-year contract with Stidham.
Yeah, I'd say bring him back, maybe draft a young guy or bring in somebody else, but have them truly compete for the job. Have them truly.
I agree with drafting a kid, but my thing was, speaking of Tom Brady, I was like, dude, bring him in and then bring a young player in just to fucking be under him. But I'm going to say the same thing about fucking Aaron Rodgers, though. I mean, shit, give Aaron Rodgers 2 or 3 more years, have a kid come in under behind him, and then fucking take it over. Like,
yes. The problem with that is that the difference.
Here's what I'm going to say, Andy. I just like the fact that Aaron Rodgers is a proven fucking winner. He's pretty fucking. It's hard to get like if I'm looking at Derek Carr compared to Aaron Rodgers, like Aaron Rodgers doesn't make the fucking mistakes that Derek Carr would make.
No, easily. I said this. I said if I found out tomorrow that the Raiders traded for Aaron Rodgers, I'd be so fucking happy.
Okay,
but but I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is not whatever, right? I would be ecstatic if the Raiders went out and got Aaron Rodgers. My point is that at the end of the day, with the whole reason why why a lot of people wanted Tom Brady was because he was an open market guy. You didn't have to trade.
Yeah,
your
that's
future.
true. That's very true. That's
You
very
didn't
true.
have to.
Yes.
You didn't have to
Yep.
trade your future.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
and at the end of the day, right? I was telling the chat here, I was like, the two best examples that I could give from just this season was the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Niners. The Jaguars, they got a quarterback on a very young deal, on a very cheap deal, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? Guess what? They invested crazy on the defense and they went all out in free agency on the offense. Well, for us, it's the opposite. We don't need to go crazy on the offense in free agency because we got it. We need to go crazy on defense. But guess what? They made the playoffs. They beat the Chargers in the playoffs. They went into the second round with a year 2 quarterback.
Yeah, but that quarterback's really fucking good, though, dude.
He is. But could we say
and that
the same
comes
about
around
Purdy?
what? That comes around how often? How often is there a number 1 pick quarterback that actually?
I agree. But then at the same time, you have the Niners. They got the quarterback in the last pick of the draft that went to the NFC.
They also have they got McCaffrey. They have a great defense, and they have offensive weapons.
My point.
Yeah.
Build that defense. Build that defense, because that's what we don't have. We have the Josh Jacobs that went for 2,000 already. We have the Devontae Adams that's better than Debo. We have the Devontae Adams that's better than Debo. We have the Darren Waller that you can compare him.
We're not even. We have backups to Darren Waller that are fucking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's my point. The problem that most people have when they're getting a young quarterback is that they don't have the options around them.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because typically, if you're picking up a number 1 quarterback pick, it's usually because your team is shit.
Yeah,
right. And our team is not shit. Our team is not even close to shit.
Our team on offense is phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Yes. Our special teams is good. You know what I mean? Like fucking defense, a couple. I get it. I know. I get it. I get it.
But guess what? If you look at the situation, year after year after year, why can the Niners afford to be good every year? Because guess what? In a draft, when they know they're going cheap, they go defense. Because guess what? The defensive guys are really gonna make when you get the Nick Bosa's of the world, that motherfucker's gonna make $30 million as an edge rusher. But guess what? Since they have so many guys, since they have Drake Greenlaw on a cheap deal, Azeez Al-Shaair on a cheap deal, they have so many other massive pieces around them on cheap contracts. Because guess what? They invest every year on the defense in the draft.
But I will say this. They also have a GM that fucking knows football, knows fucking talent, can see, like, hey, can project a guy, right? Like, this guy may not be a fucking guy right now, but if we bring him in and develop him, he can be a fucking guy, right?
Agreed.
I don't know if we have those guys in our front office yet. That's a question mark for me.
I'd 100% agree with you, but I think for us, if you look at the holes that we have, the holes that you
like, if I were to trust that our front office could get those defensive guys that are gonna be fucking dudes, then I'd say yeah. But I don't know if I like. I almost kind of want to go with the shirt shot. I want to go with the fucking like. We know if Aaron Rodgers were to come here, he'd fucking produce.
Check this out, though, Stu. And one of the reasons why I was so, bro, Brady's gonna come here. The whole reason why I was so positive on Brady coming here is because you could look at the holes on this team, and they're not the holes of a 6-11 roster. We have a left tackle. We have a left tackle to protect the blind side quarterback, the blind side of the quarterback. We have the star-studded receiver. We have the star-studded pass rusher. We have all of the
I think we have 2, don't we? I mean, really?
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
But we have all the major positions of need that you would need a star-studded player at. We have it. We don't have those role players. We don't have that. We don't have an inferior defensive line presence. We don't have that. We don't have linebackers that can play 17 games. We don't have that. We don't have a defensive back room outside of Deron fucking Harmon, who I think could honestly be back on this team, played great. There was nobody in that secondary that impressed me. Nate Hobbs, they did try to do too much with him this year, and I would say that he mildly declined because of the expectations that he had. Put that motherfucker back in the slot, because simply that dude against the run in your nickel is great. Him coming in the alley, making those tackles is great. He's a massive piece of your run-stopping defense. And I think that in a league where you're going heavy on the nickel a lot, you need to have somebody that you can rely on to make those tackles. You can rely on him. So guess what? I just think that this is what I was saying. And I asked this to chat. I said, if we executed better on one play in overtime against the Niners, we would have beat the number 1 overall defense in the league.
Yeah.
With a quarterback in his first ever start.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why? Because we have the star power.
Yes, we do. Yeah. We have a good team.
Because Devontae Adams can bail out our quarterback. He's that good. Because Josh Jacobs can end a fucking overtime game with an 89-yard run. Because Darren Waller can go up the fucking middle after missing 8 games and score touchdowns.
Well, because here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, and I've been hard on Waller, but
yes, 100%.
Teams still have to account for him. They have to game plan against Waller, and if you think a linebacker or even a strong safety is enough to guard him, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. But that's my point, right? If you look at the holes in this team, they're not the holes of a 6-11 team, right?
No. And again, you look at the, like, again, besides the Saints game and the Kansas City game, every game was fucking one play in each of those games, and we're 12 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this, I guess, to sum it up, that's my point. Shots aside, I'd rather have a top 10 defense than Aaron Rodgers. That's essentially what I'm looking at, right? Because you look at what was it? When the Rams won the Super Bowl last year, in the championship game, Stafford threw 2 picks. The week before that, he threw 2 picks. Why did they still get put in a position to win the Super Bowl?
Defense.
Because their defense got them the ball. Right? Brock Purdy threw a pick against the Raiders.
What did our hold on. What did our defense finish as far as average points per game?
I think in points per game we were 27th. But my thing is that.
But how many points was that?
I don't remember. I think
I'm looking it up right now.
The more you explain it, the more I want Rodgers. Yeah.
Okay, hold on here. Let me look. Okay, all right. So I'm just looking. So 11 points, 20 points. Okay. 19, 20, 23. I mean, but still, though, Andy, I mean, I'm looking at the season, and even with the struggles that we had on defense, I mean, the most points they gave up in a game was against the fucking Seahawks with 34, and we scored 40. We won the game, obviously in overtime, like you said, because of Jacobs. But the Chiefs scored 31 the last game. The 49ers scored 37, but it's not like they're 24. The Rams scored 17. The Colts 20.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like in the second half of the season,
hey, hold on, I gotta piss again. My bad. Hold on.
You're good. Rodgers in a 15-20 defense will make a playoff run easy. I agree, Omar. I 100% agree with that. But my point is that when you trade for Aaron Rodgers, the goal is not the playoffs. When you trade a first, a second, the goal is not the playoffs. The goal is a Super Bowl. If you trade for Rodgers and you don't win a Super Bowl, that was a failure. Regardless if you went to a championship game, regardless if you beat your rivals and you swept them in the division the first time in years, you did not win a Super Bowl. The goal is the Super Bowl. The goal is not a playoff run.
It's not. It's not. No. It is to. You are doing that move to win a fucking championship.
Yes, but see, Stu, that's my point. The Raiders roster is not built for that decision. The Raiders roster is not built for that decision yet. That decision, you cannot honestly come here and tell me that the Raiders are a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. There's no way. There's no way, because about week 15 and we have 15 fucking injuries and 10 guys on the IR, and we're sitting there like, damn, man, Chandler Jones, he fucking got hurt. Now we got to rely on fucking
but hold on, but so you think though that if we bring Stidham and then just get some guys on defense, that's gonna give us a better chance?
Not just some guys. It's not just some guys. Take a look at this. We're going to trade DC, probably get a second-round pick. That means that we're going to have 4 picks in the top 50. 4 fucking picks in the top 50 on top of close
but
to
again,
70.
we don't. But here's the thing, though. We are under the impression that they're going to fucking know how to make those picks. Do we trust?
But do you know why? You know why I'm under that impression? Because last season, the Raiders, guess what? We needed fucking offensive line bad. We needed it badly. First pick that we worked with last season, boom, we fucking hit. We got a very good steal. Dylan Parham, one of the guys that we had mocked to the Raiders so many times in these fan mock drafts. He comes into the Raiders. Dude's a fucking game changer on that defensive line. He wins all team rookie, whatever the fuck, in the league. He did great. But my thing is that you have 4 picks in the top 50. That is a lot. Like, that is a lot of picks in the top 50. And at the end of the day, you're also going to have about 65 to 70 million. 70 million in cap space. It's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of money. And with that money, you're saying, let me put it like this. There's guys in free agency that you could put in between of Max Crosby and Chandler Jones that have 10 plus sacks, 11 sacks.
So there's some good free agent DTs.
Bro, there's a nose tackle from Washington that had 11 and a half sacks as a nose.
Okay. All right. I mean,
fucking gross. That is disgusting. You can go out and you can get the 3 technique from the Philadelphia fucking Eagles that had 10 sacks this year. Like,
who had the most on our D line as far as tackles go?
Not on our line. Max Crosby led our team in tackles.
No. He really?
Yes. He was like only 8 tackles away from breaking the all-time record for a defensive lineman.
God damn it. Hold on. Let me.
Max Crosby led our entire team in. Andy, we also picked Zamir White over Tariq Woolen. Absolutely.
So let me see. I just want to look at the stats here. So,
dude, in a heartbeat, in a fucking heartbeat, I would do that. Holy shit, getting beat up bad from the Bucks, I would do that in a heartbeat. I was very sad when the Buccaneers took him right before we drafted Colton Miller in that draft. I was sad, but yeah.
All right, here we go. So let's go.
We get Rodgers, we'll never be able to see if this regime can draft. Simple. Is that simple? Are there trade rumors from Leonard Williams? The thing is with Leonard Williams, the big cat, he has like a $32 million cap hit, and they could save like $18 million if they cut him.
So Max Crosby had 89 tackles.
Yeah. I think the all-time record
and he had 12 and a half sacks.
And guess what? He didn't even make the all-pro second team.
Are you really?
Yeah. He,
Wow.
he didn't even make second team.
So there's no one even close to that many tackles and that many sacks in the NFL.
Nope. Well, tackles and sacks combined, no.
I'm like, if you were to look at the most tacklers, or most of them are going to be linebackers, right? And they have like at the most, like Devin White has 5.5 sacks.
Well, there's a cat from the Jacksonville Jaguars who had like 180 tackles this season.
Yeah. Well, so Foy, 184, but he only had 2 sacks.
Yeah, well, he's a middle linebacker.
Nick Bolton had 180.
And Max Crosby led the league in tackles for loss.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm looking at tackles plus sacks, Raekwon Smith had 4.5 sacks with 169 tackles. Josie Jewell had 128 with 2.5 sacks. But
look, Max Crosby played 1,100 plus snaps this year. It's a lot of snaps. Shout out to Ant. He says Andy Rodgers
for a D. Yeah. For
first
sure.
and a second, 39 pro. Reports say a middle.
But I'm
middle
saying,
round.
as far as the top, like in the first 3 pages of top tacklers in the NFL, he's on the 3rd page and he's got double the sacks of anyone even close.
Yeah. Well, Ant, let me say this, Ant.
That's hard. That's hard for a D lineman to fucking. You should like to be the leading tackler. That's weird as fuck.
Ant says Rodgers ain't going for 2 first and a second. He's 39. Dog. If we could get Aaron Rodgers for a middle round pick, I'm doing it right now. My problem was with how much you're going to have to give up.
Well, remember 39, but his first, again, I'd say he's 36, 35.
But my thing is that in what world are the Packers in the
why would that's true.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Imagine in the span of 2 off seasons, the Packers gave up Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, and all they got in return was 1 first round pick out of that. That's not happening. That's not happening. Green Bay is going to want a shit ton. Sean Payton, a fucking coach, just went for like a first round pick. Bro, Aaron Rodgers is going to get traded for a lot. For a lot. I get it. He doesn't want to play in Green Bay. Neither does fucking
I would say this, because if you don't get a lot, you know how bad you're going to look?
Bro, you're going to look fucking stupid.
As a front office, like, what are we doing?
They drafted a first-round quarterback 3 years ago, and he hasn't played more than like 5 games. They already look fucking stupid. They have receivers on their team. When the season was over, they had receivers on their team already talking to the media about.
Well, and I'm also going to say this: the Packers. Here's the deal: they've been the king of the fucking NFC North for many years. But you look at Minnesota and now Detroit, like, bro, teams are coming up, dude.
Agreed. Another reason, though.
So they better have their shit together, because it's not just a walk-through fucking playoff. I'm automatically going to make the playoffs now. Fuck no, dude.
I agree, but at the same time, Aaron Rodgers coming to the AFC is a harder conference.
Well, no, I'm saying from a management standpoint, you need to look at it and go, dude, we need the best motherfuckers because we can't just walk through the NFC North anymore, is what I'm saying. And to give up someone like Aaron Rodgers, like someone said, NFL MVP, a Super Bowl winner, for a mid-round draft pick, like
he was a back-to-back MVP.
That's like, hey guys, like what are we doing here? What the fuck's going on?
He says because they need to drop his salary to save money. Look, if you could get if you could get Rodgers for a third, a second.
Hey, and also Again, though, Andy, think about this. The money that Aaron, well, I guess he doesn't really have any say in the trade, so never mind. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
If you can get Aaron Rodgers for a middle round pick, you do it immediately. My problem is that it's not happening. Jay, I just been working like crazy, bro. I just been working like crazy. That fucking barbershop is not open at 9 p.m., brother. I'm sorry. It's not open at 9. So I'm gonna have to get this shit done on a Sunday. So yeah. But look, my thing is that I would love Aaron Rodgers.
But here's the deal, though. So, what is your answer for quarterback? Stidham?
That's not my answer. My at the end of the day, what I want for the Raiders is to be in a better position than they were last year. And I don't think that trading your future draft capital, and I get it,
That's
they're
what I'm
rich.
saying. So we don't get Rodgers. What do we do?
If you don't get Rodgers, you stick with Stidham. Or either Stidham, you use your capital that you got from DC, and you fucking trade up to try and get your quarterback.
So who would be our quarterback? Stroud?
You got Stroud, and you got Levis.
Who he just got arrested, right?
Will Levis?
No. Sorry, my fault. I'm thinking of the quarterback from Georgia.
No, yes, Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
that dude's like a 7th round pick. Dude's like 26 playing against fucking.
He's 26. I know. Who's the guy you just said? Where is he from?
Will Levis, Kentucky.
Okay.
Or
yeah, but what about all the shit they're talking about that kid from Florida?
Yeah, that dude's a beast, man.
But he makes some plays that are just like you're like, whoa. And I know he's in college, so I get it. But
well, the in terms of the quarterbacks, he has the highest ceiling in the draft. In terms of the quarterback,
the kid from Florida.
Yeah, me personally, I don't think that Bryce Young will translate into the NFL. CJ Stroud will be good if he goes to a good franchise. Will Levis is kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about him. He's good. He's whatever. I see him go up against Georgia, a good defense. He looks mad. And then you got the kid from Florida, and it's like, damn, dude, he's got everything you can't teach. Like, that's kind of shit.
The measurables that you can't fucking.
Yeah, but this is the thing. The dude's to me, he's an even more athletic version of Josh Allen. And Josh Allen runs.
How big is this fucking kid from Florida?
Anthony
What's
Richardson.
His name? What's his name?
Anthony Richardson. He's nice, but at the end of the day,
he's 6'4", 231, so he's a fucking pretty big kid. Pretty big kid.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you get him,
and he's very young. He's very young. He's only played 3 seasons.
Yeah, I don't want him to get thrown in the fire his first year. Like,
like you said, you bring back Stidham, you get this kid.
Yeah.
You know what? And then you have a bunch of money to spend on defense.
Like Marcel said, that dude is definition of boom or bust. Like, you can boom or you can he has the highest ceiling, but probably the lowest floor out of all the quarterbacks. Like, that dude right there is like, it's a fucking gamble. Like you're putting fucking 10,000.
Like we said though, but we're not having him come in to be the savior. We got Stidham.
But at the same time, though, here's what I honestly think about this, Stu. If you get Anthony Richardson with the amount of fucking help that he's going to have from his weapons on offense, and if you truly invest on defense, I don't think there's a way that he shits the bed. I think it's
So do
physically
we even need
impossible.
Stidham then?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
You have to have Richardson learn this playbook for a year. Minimum, you have to let him sit for the first half of the season. Minimum. And that's not because I'm saying that Anthony Richardson is stupid. The offense is just that complex. Now, what I really like about Josh McDaniels was when the Tom Brady era was over in New England, he was very quick.
I'm going to say this, just if I were to look, I mean, just looking as a face value front stats, I'd rather have Richardson than Will Levis.
Yes.
Okay.
Agreed. But what I was saying is that when thank you, Boogie. Thank you. Facts. Also that's a fire fucking profile picture. But my thing is that what I do like about what Josh McDaniels did was when it was time for Cam Newton's time in New England, he said, you know what? I'm drawing up RPOs. I'm doing a bunch of read options. He made it for a mobile QB while also having all of the same mechanics and all the other kind of stuff as his main offense.
This Richardson's a mobile quarterback?
Dude, is he? Like, bro, that dude is nasty. Like, you gotta look him up. You got some homework to do.
Well, no. I mean, I've seen film on him. Well, let me see his rushing then.
But Andy, you see Hooker say he'll be ready for training camp. Hendon Hooker, he's another guy, right? Like, I like him, but he's like 25. And it's
Richardson, his last year, he had 103 rushing attempts, 654 yards, average 6.3 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns, longest run 81 yards. So yeah, he can. Okay.
Yeah, he can get after it.
But does that matter for our offense?
Another very underrated, something that's very, very well and far along developed for Anthony Richardson for a person that's only played for 3 years is his fucking pocket awareness. It's amazing.
Okay. All right.
It is very, very good. The only thing that there's a few things that you do because it sounds like I'm just saying Anthony Richardson amazing. The thing is with Anthony Richardson, ill-advised throws and random ass fucking big mistakes. It's like, but what more do you expect from a kid that's been playing 3 years? Now,
he's gonna take some chances. Yeah.
But then you draft him in the NFL. He gets to sit behind the system for a year. He understands what the coordinator wants from him. He understands where you want the ball on certain plays, why you want it there. But then he has all the assets and all the tools and all the athleticism in the world to make all the off-script plays, right?
Well, see, you know what? And that's what we've been Andy, that's what we've been missing though, is we've been missing a quarterback that can fucking go off script and make plays like a Mahomes.
Okay. And guess what? Who did Mahomes study under his first year? Alex Smith.
Yeah,
Mahomes didn't play his first year. Mahomes did not play his first year. Now, look, you could definitely go Anthony Richardson at number 7. But my thing is that I would assess the situation with Aaron Rodgers, but I would not be quick to say, here's this draft capital, give me Aaron Rodgers, let me move forward. I don't want that. I want the Raiders to really go out, do their homework, and they will. I really want them to go out and really understand that, okay, are we willing to not have a top 2 round pick again, like 2 years in a row? Yeah, man. I think that the best
shit.
What?
I'm just watching Richardson play against Utah.
Oh yeah, he could play. Shout out to AD. He says, just imagine Cam Newton's body with Josh Allen's arm with a Lamar type wheels. He's a dog, but you have to be patient, and he will rock out. Here's my thing though, and I feel like it's like recent bias, right? Like
He'll be there at number 7 though. This kid
easily. Here's my thing, AD. I think with recently how poor Cam Newton has played, a lot of people forget how well he did in his prime. Cam Newton had an arm just like Josh Allen. He had an arm just like Josh Allen. But okay, here, this is what we'll do, Stu. Because
dude, fucking Cam Newton was a fucking freak, dude.
Yeah, Cam Newton was disgusting. Here's what I want to do.
The guy's been around a long, long fucking time.
Here, I only wanted to be on this bitch for fucking 45 minutes. It's turning into an hour and a half. Here's what I'll do. We're going to do a mock draft where we take Anthony Richardson at 7, okay?
All right.
And we build from there.
All right.
We'll be there. He has to be there. Where the fuck? Share the screen.
I'm gonna say that I'm on the game plan of fuck Rodgers, bring Stidham back, get this fucking kid, and load up on defense, dude.
There you go. I sold Stu a pipe dream. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Just told you on
because I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I don't like him at all.
Just like how I sold you on Drew Sanders, but guess what? If you get Anthony Richardson, you're not getting Drew Sanders. Sad day. All right. There he is, Anthony Richardson. So we're gonna draft him and we're gonna move from there.
Okay. Fuck. All right.
I don't know
much. I don't know much after that though. I don't think.
Oh, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Appreciate you, game, bro. Appreciate you for real.
Who's our next pick? What's our next pick then?
38.
First round still?
Just outside.
Oh, okay.
I think we gotta go.
Who? I like Sidney Brown.
He's a safety though.
I know.
Out of Illinois. You don't have to get second.
He's not that high?
No.
Okay. All right. So then the linebacker then.
Hold on. Drew Sanders is there, but just seems a little unrealistic. Let's see. AR is 6'4", 230, 4'4", 40, strongest arm, quick release, pocket awareness, only 1 year playing. Youngest QB in the draft, takes hits to deliver the ball, lacks consistent mechanics, which messes with accuracy. There you go. Shout out to Ruben, bro. Just fucking
good info.
Just fucking killed it. Appreciate you, my brother. Drew at 38. I would love to see Drew here. If this were to happen in real life, I don't think that Drew will be here.
Take him, motherfucker. Come on.
But you have to. But you got to take Drew.
What the fuck?
But you got to. The
draft's crazy, man. You never know, dude. Fuck.
But it's like we're gonna miss out on a top corner, though, bro. It's like it's kind of tough.
I want a linebacker. Fuck that.
All right. Well, you got your fucking linebacker. Fuck you, dude. Right. I really like Garrett Williams out of Syracuse, so we could wait a little bit, and Jalen Jones out of Texas A&M. So those are two really good corners.
Whoa, go. I see Corey Trice there too now. Purdue.
Yes, but no. Is he really 6'3"? I think he's 6'2".
He's bigger than I am. He's a big son of a bitch. Yeah, take him. Take Mozzie. Fuck that. Take Mozzie.
He's a big fucking dude, isn't he?
Take Mozzie.
I like Mozzie. I like him a lot. We got to go DT. And I'm going.
Dude, this draft is going to be. This is probably. I'd say this is one of the best ones.
Holy.
Take it.
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
realistic.
Right.
Not realistic. Linebacker. What other? Dion Henley is here. The motherfucker is like a 6-year senior.
He's got wear and tear. Actually,
5
wait,
years.
hold. Cam Jones from Indiana actually is pretty fucking good, dude.
He is, but at the Senior Bowl, he's been looking kind of shitty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In what? Like man-to-man coverage or some shit, or what?
In general, they've been doing a lot of practice, one-on-ones, and it's like, ooh, draft stock. But damn, I really think we need to get a corner.
There's a fucking guy whose name is Bumper Pool.
Bumper
Pool from Arkansas. What? Look at it. What the fuck? Bumper Pool.
Bumper Pool. What about Edge? Ali Gay is here. I like him. Nick Hampton, Appalachian State. Got to get him.
I don't know who he is, so I'm going to just go off of your...
Oh, Corey Trice went off the board. How would you feel if Corey Trice went to Washington?
The Redskins? Or...
Yeah.
So the D-line coach there is Jeff Scanina, who's a Purdue Hall of Famer, played 17 years, and Ryan Kerrigan is also his assistant D-line coach at Washington. So
got to get Garrett Williams, and if Jalen Jones is there, we got to go double down. Yep, got to double down on corner here, and then
DJ Turner. Wait,
yeah, I love DJ, but in my opinion, he'd already be gone. Here's your boy. We get him in the fifth.
Get fucking Sidney Brown right now, motherfucker. Don't play with that.
A really fucking good draft.
I couldn't believe it. Was it in the 6th?
Fifth.
He must have had a bad combine.
Hey, should we take a quarterback from Fresno?
Oh. 2 quarters?
A quarterback from Fresno State? What do you think?
No, fuck that. No. We already had enough Fresno State quarterbacks. We don't need Ibrahim, pick him up. Mohammed Ibrahim, Minnesota. That dude's a fucking monster, dude.
Guy, 5'10", 210.
Guy's a fucking monster, bro.
Damn, 1,000.
He got hurt.
What the fuck? 178 yards a game.
Yeah, I'm telling you, guy's a fucking monster. That's a good pick, dude. That's a fucking solid fucking pick right there.
Yeah, but we already got 50 running backs, bro.
Yeah, but you know what, though? But we can get rid of like 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that you can't pass him up in that fucking late of a fucking round.
Max Duggan, let's go get a white quarterback from TCU. They got blown.
No, you fucking get offensive lineman.
All right, well then we'll go offensive line. Zion Nelson next year is going to be really good. He went back to school, so that kind of sucks.
So he's not okay. So all right,
let's go with guard.
Guard, or center. Yeah, I go.
Is the Georgia boy here? No. See center. Damn. Buffalo. You know it's kind of shitty when they don't even have your height and weight down.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They just got your name. Fuck it. We went offensive line and see. Shit's done.
Take him.
Who?
The D tackle from Arizona State. No, don't. Fuck that. A Pac-12 fucking defensive tackle. No.
Oh, Jalen Redmond. Bam.
All right.
Defensive tackle, Oklahoma. He definitely won't be there in the 7th this year. What the fuck? We have another pick?
Oh.
How are we feeling about a Poly Edge? 6'4", 265? Damn.
I'd say him or the kid from Wisconsin.
What about Bumper Pool?
Take him.
Got to get Bumper out of Arkansas. Reunite him with.
Hey, we got his linebacker, so fuck it. Let's go. Or his other his other teammate. Yeah, let's go, man.
Fucking Drew.
That's a comfort level for the other kid. You know what I'm saying? Like having his own teammate there, like his homeboy. So we'll take him. Bumper Pool.
Fucking Bumper Pool, dude. Literally got drafted straight off his name. Can't tell me.
Well, and the fact that we drafted his fucking buddy in the second round, right?
Bro, hell of a draft.
Save that. How do you save it?
Bro, it's on fucking YouTube. What do you mean?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, dude, that's fucking. Oh, I didn't know you picked up Jalen Jones.
Bro, Texas A&M product. Look him up. Write down Garrett Williams, Jalen Jones.
Hold on.
Have you looked up Michigan?
Who? Wait.
Garrett Williams, Jalen Jones. Fucking monster draft, dude.
Where's Garrett Williams from?
Garrett Williams is from Illinois. No, Syracuse.
Syracuse. Very similar. All right. I want to see this Jalen Jones kid, though.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M product. How do you feel about Eli Ricks? I really, really like Eli Ricks. It would be nice, but yeah. Don't know if it happens.
Wait, Jalen. Okay, let me see here. Wait.
So what did Carr say? Oh, buddy. We started off that way. I don't want to end it that way.
Okay. I like that. He's knocking Jalen Jones is hitting motherfuckers. I see that.
But yeah, I mean.
Yup.
I don't know.
I like him, dude.
You like him?
Pop. Nice.
But you can't watch highlights, dude. You got the time. Watch his fucking games.
Well, I know. I'm just trying to at least get a little bit of a fucking idea.
Yeah, looks like Cologne. You played against Eli Ricks. How did that go for you? Do another mock, but on PFF? Are you fucking kidding me?
What is PFF? A different site?
Yeah, Pro Football Focus. Should we? Are you down?
What the fuck else am I gonna do?
Shit, I don't know. Fucking work. God.
I don't work. I'm retired.
Stu, it was a fucking joke.
Oh.
Fuck.
Dude, hold on. So wait. Before you hold on. So I like Jones. Let me look up Garrett
Williams out of Syracuse. The bad man. Stu's balling.
I'm balling, cuz. You know that.
Andy, it's past your bedtime. Oh, brother. Bedtime. Funny guy. Funny guy.
What the fuck?
They fucking
hold on a minute.
They wanted it.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh, against Purdue. Oh, actually, Purdue got fucked.
Well,
this game.
Here's the problem: is that in this draft, for whatever reason, CJ Stroud made it to 7. Well, we still got to go with what we said. Anthony Richardson. Heard Garrett Williams' stock is going up, bro. Got to. The dude's a baller. Bro, it's just gonna be the same draft though. Like, yeah, look, Drew Sanders there. Got to get Drew Sanders. It's like, you know, It's like the same draft.
I don't know who the fuck made this highlight film of Garrett Williams, but if this is his highlight film, I'm gonna pass.
Garrett Williams?
Oh, I guess it's just his highlight game against Purdue. Why the fuck would that come up? Because I guess the internet knows that who is searching for it. I guess that's fucked up. Let's see.
Trade out of picks. I'm not doing that fucking mock draft. It's just gonna turn to the same shit.
He scored against Clemson. Yeah,
I sure did.
Is this Clemson? Clemson? It is. Okay.
It's Clemson.
Okay. See, he gets Louisville.
But I mean, it's a 5th round pick, Stu.
I know. I just want to know who in the fuck we're drafting here.
I agree. Sidney Brown, though, 10 out of 10. But Stu, we got to find a way to do this more often, man.
Yeah. Hey. Absolutely.
We got to find a way because it's always a fucking blast. Now, I don't know if we need to do this again how we did before with reviewing film. I enjoyed that a lot.
I would love to do that again. I haven't done that since I did with you.
So if you want.
But here, let me ask you this. It's gotta be NFL film. It's gotta be from the whatever it is. The
it could, but I might be able to get some from college. So if you want, if I could get my hands on some Sidney Brown film, you want to do that? Is that a yes?
That's an absolute fuck yeah. It's an absolute because I've seen him for again the last couple of years, and I saw his stats this past season with 6 picks, and I'd love to watch some film on him.
All right. Well, I'll try and pull some strings. If not, we'll probably do some NFL stuff. But bro, I think the fucking film breakdowns is golden, bro. That was amazing when we did it the last time. We got to do it again. But
yeah,
dude, watching safety film, it's like come on, it's gotta happen. But yeah, man, I appreciate.
Well, thanks, Andy. Hey, thanks, Andy, for coming on my show. And thanks for letting me on yours. And yeah, definitely dude, you have my number.
Yeah.
So just let me know, bro.
All right.
And thanks for everybody in the chat, dude. You guys kick ass. Always, hey, I'm going to tell you this. That draft was a fucking sick-ass fucking draft, dude.
It was a sick-ass draft. Hopefully fucking
they're taking some... from now on, I am going to promote Richardson with Stidham and then defense.
There you go. We converted Stu to the Drew Sanders train and the no Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, man.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I can swear on here, but
bro, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Hey, and on that note, on the fuck Aaron Rodgers note, we out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.